Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I
And a timeout called for Julian as a strong start for the Bulldogs. It's clearly messing with the Jaguars' head.
Absolutely, and great start for the Bulldogs already. Vince already shooting 100% from the free throw, completely different from his 50% total of last season. Just great overall energy to start the quarter as Bulldogs take a commanding 6-0 lead start. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, of course, and especially this energy from the student section, bringing it out for the first game of the season. It has really shown to become a lot. They have really been messing with the Jaguars. The Jaguars haven't gotten anything going on offense so far and have been yet to stop the Bulldogs on defense after a strong drive from Vince Dockendorf, getting the and one and connecting on the free throw.
It's a great wing play from Colin Samino, who drained his first three of the game. That was his first ball in a varsity uniform, coming in nicely at that wing position. Looks like he's switching over to not just the wing, but it looks like he's not playing in the fourth position as he's three. So continue to see how that develops.
As Ian Flowers looks to inbound, he's got his man Mershu, and he's going to hit it over to Devon Trier, and the field goal attempt from Chapman's no good as Dockendorf's going to take it up the court. Dockendorf got Loftus. Loftus drives left. Out of bounds, Bulldogs.
Dockendorf right now acting as the facilitator of this offense. Out in the level of into the paint. A lot of times been able to wheel it inside. 2 Montas we've seen it so far in this game. And for that connection between Vince, Montas,
and here comes Chapman. Chapman dancing a little. He's going to find his man. It's Owens. Owens swings it over to Flowers. Flowers takes a shot. It's no good. Rebound Dockendorf, and the Bulldogs head up court. Dockendorf again with Loftus open on his left. This time he's going to find Samino for 3. No, just long. Loftus on the rebound, and 1. Danny Loftus. Yeah, for sure. Couldn't agree more here, but a thing that you like to see from these not really rookie, but, you know, early varsity starter careers from guys like Montas Salinas and especially these newcomers in Colin Samino and Ben Biskupic is that they're not afraid to shoot it. That's something that gets in the starters' heads in their first coming games. They don't want to miss in front of a big student section, but they're not scared to shoot over here. As Flowers is going to drive to the left lane, cuts right, no good on the layup, but out of bounds on Salinas. Jaguars will get the ball back.
Immaculate so far, and you speak about new. This Julian team is very inexperienced.
Yeah, inexperience clearly shows there as Ian Flowers in the inbound has his pass redirected out of bounds. But that leads to a big turnover for the Bulldogs as Loftus is found in the middle, drives to the left lane, and it's just too hard on the layup. And coming up the other way is Chapman. Chapman looking for options. Settles down against Dockendorf, who's his guarding man. Chapman dances right, finds his man, it's Flowers. Flowers across the court to Marlowe. Marlowe takes one. Too strong. And Samino on the rebound, hands it off to Dockendorf. Fast break, that's Marlowe. He's going to put one in the basket for the first points for Julian Jaguars of their season. Samino now. Jaguars showing pressure. They got Montas on the wing. Montas drives, and it's blocked. That's blocked by Flowers.
Montas taking up an unusual position there, starting off on the perimeter, then driving into the paint.
And Montas looks to get his lick back there after a nice forced miss. And here comes Loftus from the corner 3. Just long. Montas Salinas on the rebound. Cashes in. 11-2 Bulldogs.
Very aggressive putback there for Montas Salinas, who had 13 offensive rebounds off of only 161 minutes last season. Look for him to dominate on the glass against a very inexperienced Julian team. And so far, Julian has been very vulnerable on the transition. RB speedily getting down, racing down the court, and often willing to get inside to some of their inside players.
Yeah, not sure the call there, but yeah, forcing a timeout there from Julian. Ends up being a Bulldog basketball. That's just great defense by Vince Dockendorf. Chapman was really doing all he could to dance his way, find an open lane on Dockendorf, but there was nothing home as the Bulldogs take the ball past Julian's midcourt.
We already see some frustration as number 2, Devin Tasser, has already been subbed out for Julian. Taking his place is number 5, guard Jalen Wesley.
And a beautiful play on the sideline. That's Montas Slanus finding Loftus as he jumps out of bounds. And now here comes Jaden Wesley checking in, getting the ball for his first time in the game as Chapman again. Looking for a screen or a pick kind of play. And it's just off the hands of the new man Wesley. And now to Semino. Semino's driving, hands it to Loftus. Long on the layup, but fouled on the rebound is Biskupic, headed to the line.
Great from Biskupic to snag that off the hands of Wesley, who had just subbed into the game. Excellent play from him, as he will definitely be labeled as the hustle guy in this offense. Definitely the gritty guy that will do the dirty work for Montas and Danny. They're also clearly looking for Danny inside to get those buckets for the and one, but Biskupic will be at the line for right now.
And he cashes it on the first one already. A better start to the season at the line for the Bulldogs. And checking in is Cam Mercer. Liam, what do you have about Cam from last season?
Well, Cam had 26 games played and 674 minutes registered, one of the most on the team. Keep in mind, he was also a sophomore last year. Definitely a star player for this RB squad. And he is the son of Ron Mercer, a former Kentucky Blue Blood and Chicago Bulls professional NBA player.
And showing experience with a beautiful pass to Loftus as Loftus pulls up from about the free throw line, cashing in for 2. As here comes Marlowe on the drive, and he's fouled for an and one. Nice finish there by Marlowe.
Great retaliatory finish going the other way after Danny registered his 7th point of the game. Marlowe, who is the tallest player on the team by a wide margin for Julian, now was able to get an easy and one there, catching RB off guard.
Yeah, excuse me there. That was Ian Flowers who drew the foul, or was fouled on his layup attempt, as here comes Cam Mercer picking up his missed free throw. Biskupic now finds Slanus. Slanus finds Biskupic, a little give and go action, ends with 2 points for the Bulldogs.
Excellent play there. Biskupic now getting some work inside, operating more at the 4 now that Colin Semino has been subbed out.
Chapman now dancing around defenders, gets the ball back up top, and it's picked away by Mercer. Mercer just in the game and checks in a point.
Cameron Mercer, what you got? Fields of empty space, clear the runway for the jump man himself, rocking the one-leg sleeve similar to Angel Reese.
Chapman now finds Kamari Nichols on the outside. Nichols tries to get one back to Chapman, but it's taken away by his own man, and now Chapman with the ball in his hands. Chapman's gonna drive down to the right lane, and one foul made by Chapman.
Impressive mid-range pull-up from the sophomore, who that is where his first points of the game. Now he has 2, tied for the lead with Ian Flowers, who also has 2, I believe. Their other player has been subbed out, so the score is 20-6. RB taking a commanding lead to start this game. 1 minute left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Bryson Grove checks in here for junior Ben Biskupic. Bryson Grove is a man who didn't see the court much last season, but definitely a hustler for the Bulldogs. Bryson was, honestly, yeah, he only had 2 games played last season, and already checking in for a game played in the first game of the season is a great sight to see for him, as he chips a ball away from number 5, Jaden Wesley, forcing it out of bounds. And now checking in for the Bulldogs is number 12, junior Liam Enright, checking in for Vince Dockendorf.
Lots of new players taking the stage as they can afford that. RB taking a startling lead to start this game, 20-6, allowing time for the new juniors to establish themselves and keep key role in this offense.
Yeah, and you can't think of a better time to get the newcomers started than in the first game of the season when you have a lead like this early on. As a defensive foul called on Cam Mercer is going to result in a check-in for the Julian Jaguars.
And the hope is that with Captain Senior Danny Loftus on the court, he can galvanize these young players, and they can all rally behind him and continue to score points.
Yeah, Bryson Grove with a beautiful tip away on the inbound try from Damani Mays. Just pure lockdown so far from Bryson Grove.
And now we see number 30, Eli Powell, inbounding for the Jaguars, who is a freshman, so keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, and here comes their sophomore, their youngster Chapman, trying to dance around again. Looks to pull up, no can do, as it's knocked out of bounds by a combined Loftus and Liam Enright.
Have yourself a game. Danny Loftus getting hyped from the start there. Beautiful turnover for RB. That is something that Coach Mike Reingruber will love from this team.
Of course, and Enright's going to be the one to take it up the court. A no-look pass to Slanis. Slanis to Loftus. And Loftus hit as he puts up the layup. But it doesn't matter. It goes in. 24-6. Bulldogs. 22, excuse me.
Great dish from Montas Slanis as he steps outside of the paint, dishing it to Danny Loftus inside, who will have that tough finish there as they switch roles, confusing this susceptible Julian defense.
And right there is a beautiful almost picked off play by junior Cam Mercer. Again, one of the guys that we've talked about who's going to be a big facilitator in this Bulldog team, being one of the 2 returning starters from last season. As the check-in's going to go to Jaden Wesley. He's going to pull up for 3, and it's too soft as Grove tries to get the rebound, and it bounces out to Enright. Enright with numbers going up the court, tries to drive, contact.
And bucket coach draws the foul as the ball goes out of play.
Unable to get the shot off. Ball bounces out of bounds. Cam Mercer the one to throw it in. And he finds Slanis on the left side wing. Slanis swings it over to Liam Enright. And Mercer in the corner. A sight you don't want to see if you're a Jaguar. Counter for 3.
Kevin Mercer is used to taking a lot of those shots as he puts one up.
Oh! And drills one from the 10-foot line of the volleyball court.
Nonchalantly for that fact, as he knows his team is already down, but that will carry them into the second quarter with some positive feelings at least. RB up 25-9 to end the first quarter action for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we're going to send it down to a courtside interview.
How do you feel about the atmosphere from the fans and students tonight?
I think it's pretty awesome. They're pretty intense tonight, and given that we're about to be on break, they could have just gone home and packed it in, but I think it's awesome. They're very electric, and I think our kids are feeding off it.
Following up with that, how do you try to encourage fans to come out to these games and just support the Bulldogs?
I try to talk to students in the hallway. I was at bowling practice today trying to get some of our bowlers to come out for the basketball game. Social media posts, staying active there. And honestly, I don't necessarily have to do too much because the students do a phenomenal job of supporting each other. I just have to help make it even better and bigger.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you. Back to you guys. Thank you so much.
To start our second quarter of Bulldog basketball and talk about a dominant first quarter.
Yeah, second quarter action underway here in a minute, but to talk about that first quarter, great display of both offense and defense from this Bulldog squad to start with their season opener, 25-9, already taking a commanding lead. Seeing great stuff from Danny Loftus, who has been their floor general in this game. Montas Slanis combining nicely with him, and Cameron Mercer finishing off their offensive display with a tough 3 to end that.
Yeah, for sure. Cameron Mercer did not get the start in this game. As we talked about, he was questionable for the game due to a sickness he was dealing with over the past week. Obviously, a Bulldog thing is if you're not here the day before, you're not getting the start. He did have to miss school yesterday, but he checked in and he's done some damage. He's put up 5 points so far in this game, just behind Danny Loftus, who has 9. But Loftus, he's been the force to be reckoned with on the court tonight.
Yeah, Loftus averaged 8 points per game last season, already surpassing that total with 9 on the night, only in the first quarter. As we said, we can expect him to have a much more elevated and improved role as one of the main leaders in this offense. And expect him to shoot that 3 ball even more, as he put up 162 attempts from the 3 alone last year, so he is no stranger to that 3 ball.
Yeah, as Chapman gets the check-in from Powell. Chapman finds a man, it's Jason Wesley. Wesley now hands it over to Ian Flowers, who's guarded by Loftus. Wesley's going to try to drive left, finds Chapman, who is bombarded in the corner by Liam Enright. No space to move. He's going to hand it off to Marlowe. Marlowe drives, and a defensive foul called on Montas Slanis is going to Cause a little throw in here from Eli Powell.
Keep an eye on Montage Landis and Vince Stockendorf throughout the season. They saw very limited roles last season, but now with Stefan Cicic out, you will see Montage Landis sliding in nicely to that center role at 6'6", the largest on the team.
Yeah, as check-in goes perfectly over to Jason Wesley, and he finds his man. It's Chapman again. Go figure. Chapman's going to drive, and its pass is picked off by Loftus and picked up by Grove, as Enright's going to slow the offense down and take one in. Hands it to Loftus. Loftus through the alley, puts one up right hand, and it's just off the left side of the rim.
Great jump cut from Danny Loftus to find some separation, putting up that tough shot that unfortunately ricocheted off and did not go in.
And there's Liam Enright gathering a defensive rebound as the ball swatted away by Ian Flowers, but picked up by Loftus. Loftus going to drive again, finds Slanis. Slanis with a little nice jelly under the rim. Gives the Bulldogs 2 more points.
Incredible windmill layup from Montage Landis, getting it behind Ian Flowers, who pulls up now and misses.
Ian Flowers has yet to record a point so far, if I'm correct, and I am. And Bryson Grove with a shot for 3. Just a little strong, as the rebound's going to go to Cam Mercer. Cam with a hustle play finds Loftus, who's fouled on the shot, and Loftus will head to the line.
It seems the home court advantage is definitely playing a huge factor. The energy is at an all-time high at the Dog Pound here tonight, and you can see it with the way these guys are hustling here out on the floor, with Cameron Mercer getting down and dirty onto the paint, hitting the deck with that amazing rebound, and Danny Loftus drawing a foul and going to the line because of it.
Yeah, it's a great hustle play you like to see from Cam Mercer. It just shows how the veteran-esque play from him will hopefully bring some momentum to the Bulldogs, as Montas Lannis will be checked out for the first time of the game. Coming in is Colin Samino, coming in to the 5 spot. We've seen him move around the court quite often.
Yeah, and we can expect a lot of fluidity throughout this rotation. Vince Stockendorf was out speaking to pregame, and he was saying because there's not a lot of disparity in height between all these guys, we can expect the 3 and 4 and 5 position to change quite frequently.
As the free throw is going to be disregarded as Cam Mercer steps in the paint, as he believes he didn't, but the ref's the only one that matters in this game, as William Chapman again comes up on Enright. Enright's going to take out the pick play and swat the ball from Chapman. Chapman recovers. Chapman down the right alley, just long on the layup attempt, but the ball is going to fall out of bounds off of Danny Loftus.
Worth noting, keep an eye out on the height difference here between Bryson Grove and Jason Wesley in the paint. Jason Wesley listed at 6'5", Bryson Grove well below that. Be interesting to see. I think Colin Samino went out to take up Antonio Owens.
And here comes Devin Tyser putting up one of his first shots of the game, and it's not going to connect, as Samino is going to have the off defensive rebound. But this time, Tyser's going to get the ball right back and put one right in the basket for 2.
He'll also go to the line, it looks like, for that. Some disciplinary stuff from RB there. Could have cleaned that up a little bit, but natural in your first game of the season. You got some new players, 10 new players, in fact, coming into this varsity squad. Only 5 returning seniors. So 3 of them actually are on the floor right now.
Yeah, that one was by junior Colin Samino after a little hiccup of a turnover. Just kind of gets a little disciplinary issue, as you said, as Tyser is going to connect on his free throw, and Grove's the one with the ball now and tosses it over to Enright, and who gets it to Samino. Samino for 3, just strong, and Chapman with the defensive rebound. He's going to take it up court with room to run, but to no avail, as he's going to hand it over to Tyser, as Tyser's going to try to drive again. Will not get anything going. He's going to toss it over to Chapman. Chapman trying to work Mercer, gets a pick by Jason Wesley, who's going to try to pull up a shot but fakes it, and back to Tyser. Tyser to Wesley. Wesley looking for a shot, finds his man in the paint. It's Owens, and he's fouled, and that's Colin Samino again.
Before the actual foul, Tyser put on quite the show for the audience, flopping to the extreme after letting that one off to his teammate. Unfortunately, he does not get the foul he wanted, and instead the call goes to another player on Julian eventually.
Yeah, as we see here, as senior Vincent Dockendorf is checking in the game, as well as junior Ben Biskupik checks back in the game, as a little miscommunications happening here, as the ball is just going to be thrown out of bounds by number 5, Jason Wesley.
Some miscommunication with number 0, William Chapman. This squad still getting acquainted as number 10, DeAndre Bullock, checks into the game as well for his first minutes.
And Cam Mercer's going to pull up a quick three. Just short. Loftus on the rebound. He's going to call jump ball. And it's going to go for the Bulldogs.
Loftus just inhaled that ball from the grasp of Antonio Owens, showing his heart and desire that was not there for Owens at all.
Dockendorf now on the inbound. He's going to find Biskupic. Biskupic to Loftus for three. Too short. Rebound. Biskupic's going to hustle for it. Now it's Mercer's time. Just short again. As this time it's Tyser on the rebound. Tyser throws it over to Chapman. Chapman trying to get a drive.
And that will go the other way.
Foul. Chapman on Dockendorf.
Great charging call there from Vince Dockendorf, taking one for the team, coming up a little gingerly off of that, but incredible hustle play. And let's talk about hustle. Talk about Ben Biskupic there on before, setting up that incredible rebound to get it off to Cam Mercer for that quick pull-up three.
And it's exactly how we drew it up in our pregame show. We talked about Ben Biskupic being the hustle guy of this offense, and he's done just that, getting scrappy, getting on the ground, and getting the dirty plays that some players keep themselves out of.
Exactly, clearing the way for some skilled players such as Vince, Danny, and Cam Mercer to create and destroy. Unfortunately, Cam Mercer could not convert there, but already with 5 points in this game.
Mercer with the ball now, a no-look back to Biskupic, and it's going to count for two on the layup.
And he can score too.
He can do it all. Mercer's now stepping up on Devin Tyser, who loses his dribble and is going to try to drive right to the rim. Defensive foul called on Cam Mercer. 2 shots coming for Devin Tyser.
Cam's second foul of the game leads the team in conjunction with number 11, Vince Dockendorf. That will be Devin Tyser, who has been known to drive into the paint a lot this game. Not so much fancy footwork, but not lacking at all in size and stature.
And Tyser is going to drain his first one as Walker Burns checks in for senior captain Danny Loftus. Danny's first time heading off the court for the night, as Walker Burns is a 3-point threat for the Bulldogs. I came to one of his JV games last season, and he put up 33 points, and most of those balls coming from the 3-point range. As Cam Mercer's going to get one, drives through the alley, finds Biskupic. Good ball movement from the Bulldogs, ends with a shot from Dockendorf. That's just short. Rebound, Walker Burns falls off his hands. Out of bounds, Bulldogs.
Ricocheted off the rim there from Vince Dockendorf. Let the red arrow shoot. He was known for that last year, going 10 for 40 in 40 attempts compared to his only 10 attempts all season from anywhere else on the court. So expect him to be shooting that 3-ball along with Cam Mercer all night.
Yeah, as you can see there, Vincent Dockendorf was not happy with himself after that miss. That's not a miss that he's used to. You know, obviously not connecting on his. Tyser's going to take a 3, and that is a pretty bad miss from Tyser, but a great hustle play from Eli Powell to throw the ball and ricochet it off of Colin Semino's shin.
Veteran move from the freshman right there, able to draw a smart play to allow for the inbound from Julian. Getting the ball back once again, down 30-13 with just under 4 minutes left in the first half.
And DeAndre Bullock is going to be the one inbounding to Kamari Nichols, seeing some playing time tonight.
Questionable call there.
Very questionable call again against Semino.
Colin gets caught putting his hands in the cookie jar, allowing Eli Powell to go to the line, hoping to get his first points of the night.
Yeah, Semino records his second foul of the night.
We'll see how the loss of Danny Loftus affects this team right now. Danny Loftus already with double digits in this game before halftime with 10 points. But we now do see Montas Landis checking back into the game to add some height to this roster.
Yeah, of course, and to add some height and maybe some discipline, as Semino has been dealing with a couple of fouls in his first varsity game. Some good ball movement here ends up in Biskupic's hand. Biskupic's going to find Dockendorf, and they're going to take it past half court. Back to Biskupic. Biskupic with Slanis in the corner. Slanis fakes the shot, drives, hands it over to Biskupic, misses the layup, but ball out of bounds on the Jaguars.
Biskupic's going to wish he had that one back, missing that easy putback that was gifted to him on a platter by Montas Landis. Unfortunately, could not convert there, but still up by 15. Lots of positives to take away from his performance so far.
And Dagenor going to inbound here to Mercer. Mercer's going to drive. A right-hand lay. Falls to the ground. No call. Biskupik with the dirty rebound. To no avail as number 5, Jason Wesley's going to make a hustle play and throw one from 5 feet out of bounds to his teammate. And now it's Tyser with it above the three-point line. DeAndre Bullock now is going to hand it over back to Wesley. Wesley to Kamari Nichols. Nichols back to Bullock. Bullock's going to try to drive, and it's blocked by Walker Burns. Lockdown defense by Burns.
Denied. That is his first involvement of the whole game. Let's see if he can get some points on offense now. Taken away, though.
Taken away by Bullock. Bullock's going to try to get one back, and he cannot as he misses right of the rim. And Montas Slanis, it's his turn. He rejects Eli Powell.
No suit for you, Eli Powell. Did you not get the memo?
Clearly
Apparently not.
Montas Slanis comes across the court and takes one away from Powell.
Montas Slanis with 4 registered blocks all of last season. I'm sure he will easily surpass that total this season.
As he clearly will see the court more often.
Only 161 minutes, which not a lot, arguably. And off of that, he averaged only about a point per game. But clearly we'll see him in an improved and elevated role. Much deserved for the Lithuanian sensation.
A little back and forth play from Dockendorf, and Burns ends in Biskupik's hand, and to Mercer for 3. It's just too strong as the rebound ends up on the ground, and it's Slanis with it. He's going to hand it off to Biskupik. They're going to give it to the Bulldogs as the ball rolls out of bounds off of number 4, Ian Flowers.
And I'll tell you what, while this squad may not have the same amount of scoring prowess as the team before them, the hustle and work ethic on this team is unrivaled by any former RB squad. I'll tell you that right now.
And that's a beautiful look there by Walker Burns, ending in a clean layup by Cameron Mercer. Some junior to junior play right there. Something you love to see from this new and possibly improved Bulldog offense.
This is Cameron Marlowe, their by far tallest player on the ball right now. Ian Flowers, once again, so sorry for that.
Now it's Powell's with is going to hand it over to Kamari Nichols. Nichols has been subbed in for Chapman for most of the second quarter. He's going to hand one off to Flowers. Flowers with a step back move is going to hand it right back over to Nichols, and he's going to miss his layup, and ball's going the Bulldog way.
Teamwork makes the dream work as both Biskupik and Slanis reached up for that block there. They couldn't convert, but they definitely added some pressure to that shot there, and it did not go in. Some trouble on who's actually going to inbound the ball. Flowers will elect to take it.
That will be the chosen one for the inbound. As he's going to inbound it to Jeremiah Borders, seeing his first playing time of the night. It's going to head right back to Flowers. Flowers with another step back. Tries to make a move, dancing to the rim. Nothing comes with it as Marlowe is going to hand it right back to Flowers. Flowers clearly the headman of this offense with Chapman out. As Flowers is going to drive to the rim. Puts one off the back of it. And a foul on Ian Flowers again.
RB ball as Danny Loftus checks back into this game. RB off to an impressive start with a 32-15 lead with 1 minute left in this first half. They are looking for their first Bill Vandermerk Thanksgiving Classic Tournament Championship win since 2018 after a crushing final loss to Brother Rice last year.
There's a bunch of great ball movements going to end out with Cam Mercer with it above the crown. He's going to shoot one. Count it! Cam Mercer for 3.
That is his 10th point of the game, matching Danny Loftus' total for the highest on the team. Incredible play from both of them so far, which we expected.
Yeah, something this Julian team's going to learn about Cam Mercer is he's never afraid to shoot the ball. And it looks to be the same with Devin Tyser as he's going to shoot his second air ball of the night. Slanis gets chased down, blocked by Ian Flowers, but he's going to draw the foul too.
Great block, but at what cost, as Slanis will now go to the line. Slanis happy to take the 2 points, even though he couldn't convert on the dunk. I'm sure he will get his get back as well later in this game. Watch out for that.
Without a doubt, as he put himself down after believing he wasn't fouled. But once he found out, it was just pure energy. Mercer, back-to-back threes. No good, but he's fouled. He's going to go to the line for 3 shots.
And that's what Eli Powell's got to watch out for. Once he winds up in that form, especially beyond the perimeter, you cannot draw any contact there, or you know Cam Mercer's going to go to the line and we know he's been effective, probably the most effective out of the whole team in free throws. He shot 79% last year, which was a team high. We know that was their downfall last year. They did not shoot well, especially in the final game of the season against Simeon.
As Mercer's going to put up his first one, and it's good.
I don't think I have yet to see RB miss a free throw tonight, but I could have just jinxed it.
Yeah, clearly one of the working points over the summer for the Bulldogs, as we talked about it in the pregame show, the Hillcrest loss really kind of came off of these missed free throws.
Same with, luckily they came away with a tight win against St. Ignatius, but they only shot 20% from the line that game as well. And we know Stephen Brown shot 0 for 11 in the final game of the playoffs in the regional finals last year as well.
Mercer looking for 3 for 3, and he is. Just as good as that three-pointer gets. He drills all 3 of his free throws.
RB up by 23 with 20 seconds left to go in this first half. Great start to the Vanderbilt Thanksgiving Classic for the Bulldogs.
Devin Tyser, the one to bring it up. And it's going to be handed off to Flowers. And a foul called on senior Danny Loftus.
Danny Loftus with 24 defensive fouls all of last season, one of the team lows, so he's not known for picking those up. Very sound with the ball also in turnovers.
Yeah, obviously, though, cut him some slack. He has played the majority of this game, and 1 foul so far is something that isn't too much harm, especially not occurring on a shooting foul, as Ian Flowers is going to try to make some moves. She puts up a 3, but draws the foul as Walker Burns pushes him to the ground, you could say.
Yeah, Coach Ryan Gruber walking him over, telling him to keep his composure there. Not a great shooting foul you want to draw there, especially with 4 seconds left in the first half. These points won't come at a costly amount, though, as they are up by 23. But still, rookie mistake.
Yeah, of course. That's something you got to put into perspective for Walker Burns, is the clock management by him, is to realize that there's 4 seconds left. There's going to be a forced shot coming up. You can't foul on that and let them possibly connect on 3 free throws, in which they've made 2 of 2 now, as senior Vince Dockendorf and junior Cam Mercer come in for some long-distance shooting crew as they hope to get a rebound here.
Yeah, watch one of them look for it, and they're going to heave it up for sure here.
As here's Mercer. Mercer from half court puts one up, and it's just long, as that's going to wrap up the second quarter. And now we're going to send it down to the sideline for an interview with RB's basketball coaching staff.
Had a dominant performance in the first half. What can you do to keep that going?
We just got to keep playing with energy, keep our focus on the defensive end. We had some let-ups there in the second quarter, towards the second half of the second quarter, where we lost our focus a little bit on the defensive end, but I thought we were pretty locked in for the most part. Our defense is creating our offense. I think we started settling for jump shots a little too much against the zone when we could get layups almost every time down the floor. So we got to have a nice combination inside, outside, and stay locked in on the defensive end.
Okay. What anticipations do you think your opponent will make in this half, during halftime?
I expect them to come out and pressure us a little bit more, maybe trying to speed the game up. They're going to have to get some more possessions in order to get back into this. Coach Parham's a great coach, and I'm sure he'll have something up his sleeve, so we got to be ready.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Now that you're all prepped for winter, I hope you're also ready for some pie. We got the history of pie, a taste testing, and a special surprise waiting for you, so let's get into it.
Hello, I'm Melina Barrios, and today on Bulldog Weekly, me and my friend Yuli are going to be trying and talking about pies. And today we're going to be trying blueberry pie first. It's actually pretty good. I like this. It doesn't even taste like blueberries at all.
I don't like the taste.
The next pie we're going to taste is pecan pie.
It's actually not that bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's good. It's good. Yeah. The next pie is French silk pie. I don't like chocolate that much. It looks really good.
I don't eat
Presentation.
chocolate. Oh, the cookie's hard.
That's really good. The next pie we're tasting is coconut cream pie.
Okay, just the taste. No. I can't.
I really like this pie actually.
Not coconut.
So Yuli, how did you think of the pies today?
They were good, but one of them was the worst one. That was the coconut one.
For me, I kind of liked all the pies. I was kind of scared because we were talking about squirrel pies and frog pies yesterday. So yeah, but overall, 10 out of 10, all the pies.
So we have a little surprise for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Close your eyes.
That's a wrap on pie time!
Now that you're all filled up from pie, let's kick it over to RB's Athletics and look at some Bulldog basketball coming to you.
I'm most excited about with the Bill Vandermark tournament this year is to kind of see where our team stands early in the season. To see, you know, we've put in a lot of hard work in the off seasons, you know, spring, summer, fall.
Everyone, say your first name.
Rocco, Henry, Xander, Tyler, Lachlan, Ryan, Joey, Sebastian.
Okay, so the first question is, who is your favorite NBA player?
LeBron James, Michael Jordan, LaMelo Ball, Jalen Brunson, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Scottie Pippen, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay. Now we'll do some questions about your team. Who is the funniest on the team?
Xander, Lachlan, me, Lachlan.
Oh. Okay. Who is the best at three-pointers?
Tyler, Xander, me, Tyler.
That's it for today's interview.
That was a look at the Bulldog basketball going on at RB. Have you ever wondered about the math of exploding turkeys? If so, we've got you covered.
We got it.
You found the perfect way to cook a turkey.
Yeah, by throwing it at the ground a bunch of times.
Excuse me?
Yes, by throwing a turkey at the ground over and over and over, we can cook the turkey to a very nice temperature for eating.
Just follow along.
So we start with our mass. Okay, so the temperature rise 55 Celsius. Therefore, the number of throws is 45,864. Does that make sense to you?
Not exactly.
Okay, fine. We'll give you a demonstration.
Unfortunately, that turkey won't be making it to the table this year. Now let's go next door and take a look at some of the festivities going on at Brookfield Zoo.
Hello from Brookfield Zoo's Holiday Magic event.
Enjoy the holidays at Brookfield Zoo by collecting the Moldoramas. There are holiday-themed Moldoramas such as Holiday Tree, the Reindeer, Santa Claus, and an Angel. The Holiday Tree is located at the east of Reptiles and Birds, as well as the Reindeer. The Santa Claus is at the Seven Seas Underwater Viewing Entrance. The Angel is found at the restroom vestibule at Living Coast Plaza. And that's it from Brookfield Chicago Zoo.
That's just some of the activities going on at the zoo this winter. That's it for us. Thanks for watching Bulldog Weekly, and make sure to enjoy your winter.
And welcome back to RBTV's Game of the Week, as Riverside Brookfield is off to a commanding start, up 38-17 heading into third quarter action. They are firing on all cylinders to start their 2024 campaign. Unsurprisingly, with Cam Mercer with 13 points off the bench and Danny Loftus with 10 leading the way for this team. They've excelled both offensively and defensively, mainly on the transition, getting men behind the ball defensively to avoid the driving attempts from Devin Tyser and Chapman, but as well as offense, finding their bigs on the fast break to either put it in for the tough lay or dish it back out to their playmakers in Cam Mercer, Dockendorf, or Loftus. I think going forward, we should expect to see some of the same things, and I just hope that they can clean up some of that disciplinary stuff and stay out of foul trouble with, as we can see, Dockendorf and Mercer both being on 2 fouls. Liam, what do you think?
You know, I couldn't agree more. I think it was a really good first half of basketball from the Bulldogs, obviously with a commanding 21-point lead going into a second half game is obviously a great sight for a first game of the season team and what was supposed to be a good looking Julian squad, but they have been locked down on everything on defense, and they've been cashing out on most of their shots so far.
Yeah, and they've also dominated off the boards, even though they've been lacking in size and stature. And that's mainly in part to Ben Biskupik, who has just been showing just grit and absolute hustle, getting those rebounds and allowing players to make plays.
Yeah, Devin Tyser again is going to shoot for his probably 10th time of the day, and he's going to get fouled. He's going to head to the line for 2 as he misses his layup.
And here's that foul trouble we speak about. It looks like Danny Loftus earns the foul, but it's actually Montas Salinas charged with it. That is his first foul of the game. Tyser will now shoot 2.
Yeah, Tyser has not been the strongest shooter of the game for Julian, but he's going to connect on his first free throw.
Yeah, definitely not the sharpest shooter, but leads the team in points with 7, as he has put up by far the most amount of attempts.
Yeah, he is shooting any chance that he gets, which has clearly been costly, as the Bulldogs have been able to charge down right back down their court and record some needed points. As Vince Dockendorf's going to take the heave from Loftus, as he's going to try to charge up the field. Taking charge is Dockendorf. He's going to try to dance around Chapman. He hands it off to Mercer. Mercer tries to draw contact but misses his shot. Salinas on the rebound. He's going to hand it off to Loftus. Loftus riding the line, and it's taken away by Tyser. Tyser now looking up the court, finds a man, it's Marlowe. Marlowe's going to put one over Montas Salinas, and it's no good. That's one brick wall to shoot over.
Danny Loftus with a uncharacteristic turnover earlier.
And a cash-in 3 from Vince Dockendorf.
And just like that, all is forgotten as the crowd is now loving this energy that RB is bringing, up 41-19. Vince, the red arrow, with his first 3-point make of the game.
Yeah, and that's the kind of basketball we love to see from Dockendorf. He's confident behind the line, or behind the arc, excuse me, as Tyser's going to put up another shot and miss again, as Chapman's going to try to make some moves around Dockendorf, in which he can't. Tosses one over, and it's picked off by Montas Salinas. And now it's Dockendorf's turn, and he's got open court ahead of him.
Dockendorf using his body as an immutable force in that, knocking Chapman to the side and unable to get a shot off, or a good shot off, rather.
A little back and forth play between Loftus and Mercer, ends up with the ball in Dockendorf's hand. He's going to put up another 3, and it's good.
He's hot now. He understands it now. Dockendorf with 9 points on the game. Great start to the second half for him.
That's just too much space for the red arrow. You can't give him that room with no one around him, as he's going to continue to lock up Chapman. Chapman finally gets something going, but can't connect on the passes. Tyser now looks to pass first instead of shoot, and it goes way out of bounds.
Tyser heaves it over the heads of Cameron Marlowe and number 20, Antonio Owens, which is hard to do considering Cameron Marlowe is listed as 6'7".
Yeah, now we're going to send down the student section, see how they're going. We're checking in with Alyssa.
Hello, this is Alyssa Morris with RBTV, and I am with Jesus Jimenez. And the question that I have for him today is, how do you feel about the season going to be after this game so far? Do you think they need more physicality, more aggressiveness? What do you think they need this season?
I think they're doing a great job right now. We're winning state. No, I'm kidding. We're winning at least sectionals. We'll see about state.
All right, I have one more question. Who do you think is the leader of the Bulldog bleachers, and how does he get the team and bleachers to be so hyped? So Montas almost did a dunk right here. We were very close to seeing this man first dunk of the season. But how do you feel about this game so far?
I think it's dominant. We're putting in our bench players, and we're still beating them by over 20.
Do you see any juniors or underdogs that really have shown that they need their playing time this season?
That think what?
That they need their playing time this season. They're trying to get that?
That need playing time?
No, that are earning their playing time season. That's playing really hard, and they deserve it.
Walker Burns definitely deserves playing.
Yeah, did you see number 15's block?
Number 15 is Walker. I think another player who's earning his playing time.
Okay. And this is Alyssa Morris with RBTV.
Thank you, Alyssa, and I hope she was able to catch the fans' reaction for that monstrous block by Montas Slanis. Dogs up 23 points. Crowd loving every bit of it.
Yeah, I believe the block was unfortunately called a goaltend on Salinas, but nevertheless, a beautiful chase down play and what looked to be a beautiful block, but understandable call from the ref as the ball was headed on the way down on the layup, as Dockendorf now is going to check one in to Loftus for an easy lay.
Great movement from Danny Loftus to get into the paint there where there was no Julian defenders and put it up there like for an easy lay, like you said. Great movement and rotation on the ball all around from this RB offense, creating separation. We saw earlier Cam Mercer was able to get a lot of space for a three-point shot that wasn't good, but overall, it was a great high percentage shot.
And Tyser now is going to take his millionth shot of the game, but now it's Mercer's turn, and it's just short. Loftus with the rebound, just long. Biskupic with the rebound. It's his turn to eat. Ben Biskupic puts up the lay and connects.
Ben Biskupic, have yourselves a day. 7 points already on the night. Great stat line from him. And sometimes the stat line might not even show it, but his hustle just this game has been absolutely incredible.
And Chapman's going to dance down the court right through the alley with a beautiful layup. As Dockendorf now is going to put his best impression on. He's going to do the same, but this time he's going to find Salinas. Salinas going to drive. Now bounces it right out to Loftus for three. Cash it in, Danny Loftus.
Next level movement from Slanis, Dockendorf, and Loftus, as Slanis is able to allow the defense to just collapse on him inside the paint and just kick it out to Loftus on the perimeter for that corner three.
And to say just great movement from Slanis is correct. I mean, he had me fooled on that play. He faked the shot. I didn't think he was going to shoot it. I thought he was going to bring it in for the lay. But no, he found his main man, Danny Loftus, out there in the left side corner. And Loftus is going to check or cash in any time from that spot.
Just goes barreling down into traffic and is able to find a white uniform among all the orange bodies. Absolutely incredible vision from him. Loftus now with 15 points on the game. Cameron Mercer in close pursuit with 13 points off the bench, as we know Coach Ryan Gruber has been rigid in his stance that if you don't practice in the game before or the practice before, you're not going to start.
Exactly, and a reasonable rule at that. You know, you miss a practice, you clearly aren't deserving of the start. But something I want to talk about, which has been a key factor of this game, is you do lose the height in Stefan Cicic going to Montas Slanis, but something you gain is the agility of Montas Slanis, as shown right there. That's not a play that you would see last year from Stefan Cicic, let alone a spot you'd catch Stefan in. Stefan was rarely found above the arc, and that's where they're really starting with Montas. Montas has been found in both the right and left side alleys and he's been a force to be reckoned with.
RB utilizing a small ball system where instead of Cheech just looming in the paint, reaching his arms up, and that would be enough oftentimes for Stephen Brown to just connect with him and get in there for an easy dunk at times. Muslanis just has to get a little more creative, getting inside or outside on the perimeter in the wing, and then driving in from that. So overall, like you said, great athletic play from Slanis.
Yes, Julian yet to find an answer or a spark in their team as they're looking for one. As Ian Flowers, the man to take it up the court, he's going to get a nice free-looking lay as the inbound goes to Dockendorf. He's going to work his moves on Chapman as he just makes his way past half court, finds his man Loftus. Loftus with nothing going. Needs to dribble, finds Slanis right through his hands, but Dockendorf, the recovery. Dockendorf's going to try to drive here, kicks one out to Mercer. Mercer from the free throw line, too short. Rebound Loftus. Loftus puts one up just to the right of the rim as a good rebound by Cameron Marlowe ends up in the hands of Will Chapman, headed the other way.
One reason Julian is down 26 in this game is because they've just been getting dominated on the boards. RB is allowing for second and third chances on offense, extending their play by getting these boards, even though they should be outmatched in size.
And Tyser is going to try to find his man Chapman, but that's batted away by Cam Mercer. It'll be Julian ball.
I don't know if it's an effort issue or if it's just a lack of possibly even technical ability or talent, but RB just showing so much more force in this game than Julian.
And Tyser is going to put one up. Too short again. Rebound goes to Loftus. Loftus with numbers up the court. He's going to try to drive. Finds his man Dockendorf with Tyson in heavy coverage. And he's going to hand it off to Slanis. Now to Beskupic from three. Too far, too strong. As Loftus gets the rebound, but's fouled by Jason Wesley.
Wesley going headhunting there. That's the only way to stop Danny Loftus right now, who's hot with 15 points. Danny Loftus easily getting fouled there. Drawing the foul. Great stuff. Once again, full head of steam coming down in the fast break.
The inbound goes to Slanis, to Mercer, to Dockendorf, the red arrow. Count it! Vincent Dockendorf, his third three of the quarter.
Excellent screen from Loftus on number 5, Jason Wesley, to draw that space for Dockendorf out on the left wing for him to connect. He's automatic right now from the 3.
As a step back play from Flowers is just a little short. As Beskupic again with a beautiful rebound and a bounce pass to Mercer. Mercer's going to try to work the right side, but finds Loftus. Loftus now with a lane on the left to Vincent Dockendorf, and it's too short this time. As going the other way is Tyser, as he's tripped up by Cam Mercer as the feet get tangled.
Heat check for Vince Dockendorf. He's been on fire this game from the 3. Unfortunately, he gets stopped short there. Too flat on the delivery, but great offensive movement and play from RB here. It's a beautiful chaos as they're operating at a speed that Julian just cannot match.
No doubt. Something that has been the problem for Julian is the pace that they're playing at. They've been a very one-person team. As you can see here, it's Chapman just trying to work Dockendorf and only throwing it off when he realizes he can't, like he did right here to Jason Wesley, as Wesley's going to find Chapman again. Chapman again struggling to work Dockendorf. He's going to try to move to the rim, but has to hand it off to Ian Flowers, who won't connect on his layup, and ball when it goes out of bounds off of Flowers.
And you can see the young sophomore marshaling the play for this Jaguars offense, and you might see their head coach start to ask more of Chapman and ask for him not to slow down the play, but instead speed it up, as they may look to connect and take advantage of RB off the fast break instead of allowing time for them to set.
A beautiful spin move play by Dockendorf had Chapman untying his shoes, as Mercer with a contested 3, too short. Rebound goes off of Cameron Marlowe, and it's going to be Bulldog basketball.
It seems Bryson Grove got in the way of Mercer on the shot, but at the same time, he was able to draw space from Devin Tyser. 54-25, 1 minute and 7 seconds left in the third quarter.
Loftus now fresh off the inbound. He's going to look for Dockendorf, who's been hot. He's going to find the newly checked in Bryson Grove, who's going to have his pass picked off by Tyser. Tyser's going to try to drive on Grove to no avail, but he finds Flowers. Flowers in the paint to Marlowe, and he's going to cash in on the free-looking layup.
And this is the speed of play we were talking about. They're able to capitalize off of a mistake from Bryson Grove. RB not able to get enough bodies in time behind the ball, and they're able to capitalize off of that and score.
Bryson Grove with a hezzy three, puts one up, but it's too short. And the rebound goes off of Loftus's hands, ends up for Julian as a quick layup by Marlowe. This is the kind of pace the Julian Jaguars need.
Hot start now to end off this third quarter, but too little too late. That's a foul.
Yeah, foul called on Will Chapman. A disciplinary foul on Vince Dockendorf, who has been having Chapman on clamps from what seems like most of the night.
Vince Dockendorf, one of 3 players on RB with double digits in points, and there's one of the other ones, Danny Loftus, now with 17 on the night.
Yeah, Danny Loftus putting up a classic Danny Loftus game here as he has put up his 17th point as a shot in the dark from Cameron Marlowe is thrown at the rim to no avail to end off the third quarter. So, Liam.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, it just the actions speak for themselves out here on the court.
Yeah, for sure. And let's talk about on the court, and we'll head down to the court for a courtside interview.
Hello, RBTV. This is Alyssa Morris once again, and I am with one of the boys' basketball managers. And I just have a couple questions to ask him.
Practice player, bro. Practice player. I'm not no manager, bro. I'm not no manager, bro.
I'm sorry about that. You heard him. He is a practice player, not a manager. Put some respect. Put some respect on his name.
Bro,
so the first question is going to be, what are some things that the boys basketball team does that usually go unheard? Is there a pregame ritual, or is there like some music that you guys play?
Okay. Before games, we usually go downstairs to the team room, and then we like listen to music. We get our head in the game, and right after we go playing ball.
Okay. Do you guys say you would get hype, or are you guys mostly quiet and locked in?
We get hype. We get hype for sure. We get hype.
Okay, that's very good. I like how you guys get hype because I can definitely see it on the court. And my last question is going to be, how is the team able to get so much chemistry as if they were playing since middle school? Like, is there any team bonding that you guys do?
Like 3 weeks ago, we went bowling, and we also go for like team dinners at like Pisons and other places.
Okay, that's very good to hear. And so the score is now 56-29, and the game is going as it should, and now we are going to go back into the game. Thank you for listening. This is RBTV.
Thanks, Alyssa, for that insight from team manager Emmanuel Stiegel as we now head into some fourth quarter action.
Practice player, not team manager.
So according to him, yeah.
As Dockendorf's going to be the one to start the quarter off again with Chapman on him. As here's a new face. That's Noah Zorek, who's going to swing it around to Bryson Grove, who ends up passing it to Loftus, but his shot is too strong as Chapman's going to try to drive down the court, but to no avail as Dockendorf slows him down. And now it's Ian Flowers with it. Flowers to Chapman, pulls up a three. A weird bounce off the top of the backboard is going to end with a Julian timeout.
And Chapman with 7 points in this game. We can see him as the main X factor for this offense, commandeering the play overall, slowing it down when maybe it should not be such of a slow pace. So hopefully by him we can see him pick up the pace here.
Yeah, Dockendorf clearly showing his content and actually holding the pace on Chapman as he's going to hand the ball off to Loftus as Zorak working the screen plays. As Loftus and Dockendorf trying to work here, as now it's Noah Zorak with it. Zorak trying to drive, puts up a lay, and it's good. Noah Zorak, beautiful finish.
Crowd erupts there as Zorak does it all by himself on what seemed like a miscue from the offense. The coach was motioning for someone to cut in there inside the paint. No one did, so Zorak had to take it all for himself.
Wow, a beautiful finish and good first impression from Noah Zorak, a man who didn't see the court much last season. Steps on the court first time this season and puts up a beautiful lay, working around two defenders.
In fact, only saw a whopping 37 minutes all of last season, so not a very key player, but will play certainly a larger role, and hopefully his performance today will help him contribute to increase in minutes.
Flowers there is going to try to drive on Bryson Grove, but Grove wraps his arms around him and gets called on the foul.
More on Noah Wazorek. He shot 60% from the field, so when he did have those shots, they were going through for him, shooting 3 for 5 total.
As jump ball called, it's going to go Julian's way. Bryson Grove proven to be a chippy player for the Bulldogs, which has some confusion looks, or is getting confusion looks from head coach Ryan Gruber. And a 3-point attempt from Eli Powell's no good. It's too short. Rebound Zorek, and it's going to hand right off to Loftus. Loftus back to Zorek. Zorek, a nice little jab move. Finds Samino for 3. Oh, just in and out of the rim. And a nice hustle play from Bryson Grove. Picks off the ball fresh out of DeAndre Bullock's hands. And now it's back to Zorek. Zorek too long.
Unable to connect. Zorek was looking for a goaltending call there. It seemed like he might have gotten it had the ref been looking.
And Bullock not looking this time as Vincent Dockendorf's going to put up a lay. He's blocked, and Loftus is blocked. Loftus looking for the rebound. Flowers gets the rebound, but he's out of bounds. A nice hustle play there by a combined Eli Powell and Flowers.
Yeah, credit to Flowers and William Chapman. They're showing some resilience even though they are down by 29. Excellent play from them to combine for a double block, denying both Loftus and Dockendorf chances at additional scores in this game. And now we can see both of them getting subbed off, getting some rest as we get some more time for these unexperienced players as they've drawn up quite the lead. So it's time for some of these players to shine.
Exactly. And same thing for the Bulldogs here. As we've seen on both sides, we have a brand new 5 from what we started with, as Zorek seems to be the head man of this 5. He's going to work it over to Bryson Grove. Grove at the top of the arc. He's going to drive. It's fumbled, but he's going to get the ball back. A nice athletic play. Tries to find Zorek. Zorek holds on. Beautiful play. And now it's to Grove again. Grove tries to drive. And a foul against Bryson Grove. He's going to head to the line for 2.
And with this, Grove will look to register his first points of the game. Hopefully they come much deserved as he has operated in the role of Ben Biskupik, getting in those gritty steals and blocks that Biskupik was once getting when he was in this game. We'll see if he can connect for his first points right now.
In which he does. Bryson Grove is on the board. One of 3 players in the current lineup that are on the board for the Bulldogs. Those other 2 are junior Walker Burns and junior Liam Enright, who are both just great hustle players.
A combined total of 7 points from the starting 5 on the floor right now.
As this ball is going to head over to Bullock with a quick 3, and it's no good. Rebound is fought for by, that's 21, Jeremiah Borders, and foul called on Bryson Grove. Questionable call.
Yeah, and you know, we talk about sometimes the intangibles when it comes to Julian and why they're failing right now, how it's possibly their hustle and their effort, but really also it's something more obvious. They have not been connecting on their field goals and attempts. They've been shooting horribly, and it's a reason why they only have 29 points in this game right now, and it's something they need to improve going forward.
Yeah, no doubt. And now when you take a look at the scoreboard, you see a combined 2 points from the starting 5 in for the Bulldogs now, as Patrick Galloway makes his way in the game, as well as number 24, Aaron Guzman, as Noah Zorek is the solo player to have a point on the board. Something about Patrick Galloway is he's always having a great time when he's on the court. Played a little basketball with him at Memorial this summer, and that man can trash talk.
I'm sure he can, and he's also a star lacrosse player for RB in the spring as their goalkeeper. And the crowd can always love these guys. They always get behind them when you get guys who never see a lot of minutes get into the game. It shows that RB is dominating already, and it adds to the intensity and energy of this home crowd.
Yeah, it seems here that Noah Zorek is being treated as kind of the leader of the court as he's getting the words from Ryan Gruber, as a nice court-long pass from Liam Enright to Guzman, and a fake shot from Liam Enright. A no-look pass to Walker Burns. Cash it in! Walker Burns for 3.
That's what I'm talking about, Liam Enright. Way to go, bucket coach.
Bucket coach is coaching the buckets. A beautiful pass and a even nicer rebound here from Patrick Galloway. This is the hustle crew from the Bulldogs. And Enright's going to find Burns again. Burns finds Enright. Almost pulls up from downtown. Now Enright's gonna drive, and it's swatted away by Eli Powell.
And just like that, their momentum from the past couple drives probably has just been crushed. I feel that Enright, with the way this game was going and the way the momentum was swinging, should have pulled up there for that long-range three.
Yeah, I agree. As we see number 10, Max Perez, and number 2, Blake Wilson check into the game as the inbound goes to Galloway and back to Wilson for 3. Too long as the rebound is heaved over to Ian Flowers, who loses it to Max Perez. And now it's Blake Wilson newly checked in, working against number 21. That's Jeremiah Borders, and now it's Zorek's turn. Zorek to Guzman. Guzman back to Zorek. Zorek thinks about it and gives it back to Guzman. Guzman now inside to Blake Wilson, just long on the lay, and he's gonna cause a foul on number 2, Devin Tyser.
And now this is where we start to see Julian start to give up. Starting with number 4, Ian Flowers, loses the ball, gives it straight away to Max Perez, and instead of putting his hands up, trying to stop him from driving, he just hangs his head, drops his shoulders, and walks back on defense, allowing Max Perez to capitalize on the fast break. This is where Julian is starting to break down by 32. They have accumulated quite the lead, RB, with 2 minutes left to go in this game.
Yeah, and you see on the scoreboard, we got a little bit of a running clock action. That's the point of the game we're at. We're in with second string players in and with running clock. This Bulldog team came out firing in their season opener.
Yeah, and we will now see seniors Artie McCree and Devian Jenkins get in some minutes, subbing in over number 30 freshman Eli Powell. This is a very junior-heavy team from Julian. Not many seniors, so lot of room to improve in future years. As not a great start to their season.
Yeah, not the greatest start to say the least. Excuse me. As Zorek's gonna check into Wilson. Wilson to Perez. Perez with room. He's gonna give it to Guzman. Guzman puts up a 3. It's too long. As now it's Bullock's turn to drive it up the court. Bullock steps back and finds Kamari Nichols. Nichols calling for a pick. He gets one. The give and go to senior check-in. McCree is put in the basket for 2.
Guzman's almost able to get a hand on it, but cannot connect with the ball. Allows for 2 points there. Clock winding down now, will not stop. Less than 1 minute left.
As Max Perez is gonna hand one off to Blake Wilson, and this one goes to Patrick Galloway in the paint, and it's too long on the left-hand lay. He's gonna wish he had that one back. And working his magic is Kamari Nichols, as he's gonna miss on his lay, and getting his rebound back is Galloway. And here comes Blake Wilson, recording his first varsity points, is Blake Wilson on the fast break.
Wilson able to get down in the paint. Julian unable to get men behind the ball quickly, probably because of their failing spirit, allowing for some easy points there. Guzman gets his first assist of the game as well.
Bullock ends the night off with what seems to be the story of the night for the Jaguars, as he's gonna put a shot up that hits the side of the backboard, and the ball's gonna roll out of bounds, and the clock's gonna roll, and the Bulldogs are gonna stay rolling.
And the Bulldogs get to 1-0 on the season in their inaugural game of the 2024 campaign with a incredible win, 65-34 against the Percy Julian Jaguars, who were 23-6 last season, so they were a formidable opponent. RB looking to build off of this momentum into tomorrow's game against Hinsdale South, who just got absolutely smoked to Fenwick. So, with that being said, that will conclude our coverage from up here in the Dog Pound. So long from the booth. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much for checking in, but we're not done with you yet, guys. We have a post-game interview coming up with junior newcomer to the team, Colin Samito, as we'll buy some time for our interviewees. As let's recap that game, Liam. That was a great showing from the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. We saw 17 points from Danny Loftus, 13 from Cam Mercer, 12 from Vince. Vince showing his abilities as a sharpshooter from the 3. Cam Mercer showing how dominant he can be even with limited minutes, and his minutes and his usage will only increase as he gets healthier and healthier from his sickness. Danny Loftus, meanwhile, we know him as the captain of the team. We know him as the facilitator, the floor general, commandeering and marshaling the play. Absolutely incredible performance from him as a leader of this team.
Yeah, for sure. And Cam Mercer, you talked about a guy that's dealing with a sickness who obviously had some limited minutes. He's going to be a guy that you can look forward to for the rest of the season, as we're going to send you down to the sideline with Coach Mike Reingruber.
With Alyssa Morris. Welcome back to RBTV with Alyssa Morris once again, and I am with Coach Ryan Gruber, the coach that took the winning game today. And a couple questions I have for you is, what do you think the best part of the game was for you?
I thought our energy in the first quarter, I thought we came out really ready to play. I thought the guys were really focused. I thought our defensive energy was great. I thought we moved the ball great. We put up 25 points, played really good D in that first quarter, and really set the tone for the whole game.
Yeah, I also liked seeing that, and that was very good as well. And how are you able to keep the team hype as well as keeping them humble and poised? What's the secret ingredient?
Sometimes it's hard, Alyssa, but no, I think we just got to stay focused on the next play. And if you continue to stay focused on the next play, but really the score on the board doesn't matter. If you're just playing disciplined and playing the right way on every possession, you're going to be okay.
So you think they should have fun and play some basketball?
Have fun and play some basketball.
All right, I have one last question for you. Is there any underdogs that you've seen in the game that showed their potential today and maybe can get some more playing time on the court?
I'll have to go back and watch the film. I saw a lot of positive things from everybody. I thought a lot of different guys contributed. I thought, really just everybody brought it. Everybody that played brought something to the table, and that's what's going to make us a special team this year is we have a lot of different guys that can play, and some guys that maybe didn't play as many minutes tonight, could be major contributors towards the end. You never know.
Yes, I completely agree with that. And thank you once again for taking the interview, and we will see you soon. And now I'm going to be with Colin, the player of the game. And the first question I have for you, Colin, is what challenges did you face in the first half, and how did you overcome them to get that W?
In the first half, what we really struggled with was defensively. I think we were fouling a lot. So honestly, we really cleaned it up in the second half. We got out of the bonus, kept them out of the bonus, kept them out of the lane. And honestly, they really didn't score in the second half. And I think offensively, we cleaned up our shooting.
Oh my God, this guy, he's the best.
All right, the next question is, what do you think the best attributes of you was in the game? What do you think your best attributes were?
I think we shot the ball really well. I want to shout out Danny Loftus because he had about 10 offensive rebounds. So I'm going to shout him out on the offensive rebounding side. But other than that, I think we rebounded well and we really shot the basketball well.
All right, one more quick question. Is there anything that you could have done better since in the game?
Like me personally or us team?
Yes, just you.
Personally, I think I could have shot the ball better. I really didn't shoot it that well, but honestly, shots are going to fall. And then I think I could have rebounded better offensively, especially like offensive glass. That's about it.
All right, this is Colin Semino, one of our RBTV students, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you so much, head coach Mike Reingruber and player of the game, Colin Semino, for your time, dedicated time after the game and dedicated time clearly before this season started, as that's going to wrap it up at RBTV.
So long for the Dog Pound. Here, second time's a charm, as we wish all of our viewers a happy Thanksgiving.